right here, people, in Kirani City, Guav, as we anticipate.
The town of Guelph came out to show their full support for Kirani James as he ran in his third Olympic 400-meter finals in Tokyo. The streets were full of the athlete's friends, neighbors, and fellow Grenadians who cheered him on as he took home the bronze medal. Following the race, Guelph erupted in celebration as Kirani became the only athlete in history to ever compete in 3 consecutive games and win a medal.
We are extremely proud of Kirani and his performance, and the Grenadian athletes have once again, not just Kirani. Gentlemen right now, down in the Catalan, it's a pity and a silly to make the finals the job in, but I think they give an excellent account for themselves. And we just have to be grateful, When I was growing up, we never thought we would have had Olympians performing at this level in track and field. 1, 2, 3!
He's done it, and he's been here getting 3 times, a gold, a silver, and a bronze. Congratulations, I love you, baby. I'm so proud of you, Canadian. We got gold, we got silver, now we got a bronze. So we have 1 of each. Boston has 1 of each.
In the end, it was all hail Kirani and Grenada in a showcase of true patriotism. We continue to reflect on what has been an awesome season thus far for Grenada at the Olympics. Twitter came alive after the 400 meters race. One of the tweets which went viral surrounded what may have been considered a tiny gesture on the part of Grenada's Kirani James, but for those looking on, it was themed a class act. One Jamaican journalist personally sent a note to GBN saying it's a class act. Kirani takes the Bahamian flag off the ground and drapes the champion with it to help his opponent celebrate his victory over him. This is not taught, this is pure class. Beautiful. Let's take a look back at the touching moment.
Not many gave him a shot of being in the Olympic final. Not many gave any Jamaican a shot of being in the Olympic men's 400 final. But Taylor ran a brave race as well from lane number 9. Took it out hard. Stephen Gardner is still on the track, unable to get up and celebrate.
Yeah, a good Caribbean moment there. Kirani James getting the Bahamian flag and putting it around him.
This bronze medal will feel like gold for Kirani. It has to.
Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell joined GBN's live broadcast this morning and was brimming with pride. He told the morning show hosts that it is a performance that the entire island has more than enough reason to be proud of.
How are you feeling at this point in time? We've just witnessed history with Kirani James at the Olympics.
Yes, I agree. This is really history. Of course, we would have wished it was gold or silver or whatever, but the fact is, Kirani has made all of us extremely proud. When you look at where he has come from, the challenges that he had to face. Sometimes people, when they have difficulties in a particular area of life, they give up easily. Kirani fought right through. Graves' disease is not an easy thing. It affects the immune system. And to work through that over the years and to come back to be in an Olympic final and get bronze, I think he deserves a lot of credit. This is like gold in itself because of the performance.
He has just put Grenada once again on the world stage, and a lot of things happen as a result of that. You know, flights start getting booked, you know, a lot of other things. There's a ripple effect. So I think, you know, we might do good.
Yeah. But I wish, I'm so proud to see that another Caribbean country continue to shine light in the international community as far as sports is concerned. So we are proud for the Bahamian people, and I'm sure Kirani, you saw what Kirani did after the race. He went and took the Bahamian flag and put it around the neck.
So sportsmanlike, yeah.
That is the quality of the person. He was just beaten by Gardner, and clearly he would have wanted to win gold. But he recognized the success of the individual, and he is prepared, therefore, to compliment him and congratulate him. That again demonstrated the quality of the person we're talking about. Not just an athlete, a human being.
We've renamed the Lagoon Road to the Kirani James Boulevard. We've named a stadium after Kirani James. Are we expecting any other type of recognition publicly for Kirani, or any other way that we will celebrate his accolades that we've just seen here a few minutes ago?
Well, I certainly think that is a hope. As far as I'm concerned, the cabinet, and I suppose we'll receive recommendation from the community as a whole. We certainly are open towards additional recognition of Kirani's service to the country as a whole. So that we are definitely open for that, and we're looking forward to precisely this.
What a glorious day it has been for Grenada. This is news at 7. Coming up, the spotlight falls on Lyndon Victor as he continues to break barriers at the Olympics. We will also be joined live by Sports Minister Yolande Bain Hosford to talk about plans for the athletes' return. Stay with us.
How did you get your electricity bill to be so low?
For one, we size our transformers just for what we need, and we unplug transformers, chargers, and other devices when they're not in use. We also replaced our light bulbs with LED. I even replaced the seal on my refrigerator door to keep the cold air in.
How do you know if it is working?
We pay attention to the usage history table. Over time, our average usage has decreased.
Energizing our Grenada.
Anderson Peters is the world champion. His winning throw 86 meters and 89 centimeters.
The Grenadian. Oh, he's so powerful, isn't he? See some heavy strapping there on his knees, and that one comes.
What a story this would be for the Caribbean island of Grenada.
The Grenadian fans salute their hero. Peters, the 21-year-old, could launch this with everything he's got, knowing he's already won the title.
And it's a decent throw. That's one of the furthest that we've seen this evening.
What a performance for the 21-year-old.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
It's time to prepare for an A+ this term with back-to-school deals from Quartz. Shop today for laptops, tablets, printers, and more for a chance to win $1,000 cash. Get it now with Quartz Ready Finance and pay nothing for 60 days. Save big with great deals only from Quartz, bringing value home.
Ridgeway Residences, a modern, exclusive residential community offered by Ariza. Purchase one of our completely built houses or let us build for you by simply choosing your lot, choosing your home design from our selection, and let us do the rest. Owning a home does not have to be a frustrating process. For more information, contact Ariza Credit Union on 415-0994 or send us an email on info@ridgewayresidences.gd. Ridgeway Residences, hassle-free home ownership.
Hubbard's big promotion is back. Live free for 1 year. Spend $50 or more in any Hubbard's department and receive a chance to win big prizes every month. Property or vehicle insurance for 1 year. Free internet, cable, and data for 1 year. Free fuel for 1 year. Free cooking gas for 1 year. Free electricity for 1 year. Free drinks for 1 year. Extra cash account and the big free groceries for 1 year. Promotion runs from April 1st to September 30th, 2021. Live free for 1 year with Hubbard's in association with Solgas, Flow, Grenadian General Insurance, Carib Brewery, Coca-Cola, Grenada Bottling Company, Grenlec, Communal Cooperative Credit Union, Dutch Lady Milk, Promo, Danny and Supreme. Terms and conditions apply.
GBN leads, the others follow. This segment is brought to you by Republic Bank.
Take your shot and get back to your life. Take your shot and get back to your life. Take your shot, take your shot, take your shot, get back to your life. Take your shot, take your shot, take your shot, get back to your life. Take your shot, take your shot, take your shot, get back to your life. Take your shot, take your shot, take your shot, get back to your life.
A message from Republic Bank.
Welcome back. Wherever you went this morning, there was a smile to share as Grenadians basked in the glory of Kirani's performance. Rena Pierre-Thomas has this report.
Grenadians at home and abroad were glued to their television sets and digital devices at 8 o'clock this morning. The Grenadian athlete who had already brought home gold and silver medals from his 2 previous Olympic outings. He added a bronze to the collection and Grenada was in celebratory mode.
Just like to say congratulations to you, Kirani James. I coming down on the bus this morning and I beating with tears of joy. Nice, Kirani.
Well done. He's done very well because it's a competition, isn't it? Yeah. And he did the best he could. So all the best to him and his family.
I just want to say congrats to Kirani. You did well. Good job.
I would like to congratulate Kirani on the great job he did for Grenada. We are all proud of him, and I'm visiting from the U.S. Congrats again, Kirani. You did very well.
And to you, Kirani, continue doing the good work. Yeah, man. Make Grenada proud. Yeah.
In his hometown of Guelph St. John's, residents came out to celebrate their local hero and Grenada's first Olympian in a carnival-like atmosphere despite the threat of COVID-19. James was diagnosed with the autoimmune disorder Graves' disease and used his recovery time to complete his business degree at the University of Alabama. He has found overwhelming support across all strata of the Grenadian society.
I'm happy for Kirani. He worked hard and I'm happy for him. We're looking for the first, we didn't get it, but I'm happy with the third. Because I know it's not an easy event to go there and win, to watch a crowd of people, to do that. And I'm happy for him, for Grenada.
Yes, he came first in the semis, in the race before the finals. He
came third in the finals, and I don't see that as a problem. He still have a medal, so we still win. It's a win.
James told commentators that while that's it at the Olympics, the season is not yet over. He returns home for a breather and will continue his athletic exploits. Sandals Resort has promised him a vacation at their all-inclusive property, and it remains to be seen whether he will take up on the offer in the not-too-distant future. Whenever he gets there, it's expected that his welcome will be one prepared for a king. In the minds of Grenadians, he wears the athletic crown and has been titled King Kirani. For GBN News, I am Rena Pett-Thomas reporting.
While most of the attention fell on Kirani James, bright lights fell on Grenada as its team at the Olympics put on a brilliant performance in all events. Probably one of the most resilient showings could be attributed to decathlete Lyndon Victor, who has had a grueling schedule, participating in 10 events. Gerard Joseph picks up on that story.
The title of World's Greatest Athlete is typically bestowed on the winner of the decathlon. Thus, Grenadian Lyndon Victor can be considered as 7th on the list of the world's greatest athletes. Lyndon surpassed his brother Cut Felix's performance in the Rio Olympic Games, in which he placed 9th overall. From 9th in the overall standings on 4,203 points, halfway into the decathlon, Lyndon Victor gave an incredible effort to climb as high as 6th on day 2 in the decathlon for the Tokyo Olympic Games. Lyndon finished 7th overall with 8,414 points, which is a season's best performance. The strain of 2 grueling days while contesting 10 events was quite evident as he finished his final event, which was the 1,500 meters.
And gold medal.
Got to hand it to these men, Daniel and Ricardo. Over the 2 days, 100 meters, long jump, shot put, high jump, 400, 110-meter hurdles, discus, pole vault, javelin, and now 1,500 meters. Wow, they'll be knackered when this is over.
Victor, the Commonwealth Games champion, achieved 4 seasons best and 1 personal best in the decathlon. He registered a personal best of 71.56 meters in the javelin, which brought him up to 6th going into the final event. That was an improvement on his position in the Olympic decathlon, moving up 8 places. At the Rio 2016 Olympics, he finished 16th. The Olympic record was broken by Canadian Damian Warner, eclipsing the prior record of 8,903 points by Ethan Ashton in the 2016 Olympics with 9,018 points. I am Gerard Joseph for GBN News.
Sterling performances at the Olympics also came from swimmers Kimberly Ince and Delron Felix, who finished 3rd in their heats. Anderson Peters gave his javelin throws his best, and so too did Melanie Rodney, who has been plagued by a hamstring injury. We go back to Gerard Joseph for a summary report.
It was mesmerizing for swimming fans to witness a Grenadian compete neck on neck with world-class swimmers. Delron Felix tells GBN he can finally call himself an Olympian. Delron says he was super nervous going into the biggest race of his life.
I'm going to the race. I went out really hard, that's my style of swimming. I struggled coming back home, but I really didn't realize how much people was looking at the actual event till I finished the race and my phone was going crazy. For me, it was just a regular 100.
The Grenadian reflects on what he could have done in order to qualify for the next stage.
Probably not going so fast. I was a bit nervous, the adrenaline was pumping. Be probably a little more composed going out, but no, that was probably the best effort I think I had. I really gave it my all.
Participating in the 100-meter freestyle, he identifies stamina as a major challenge, indicative of the inferior facilities he had to train in. However, Delron says he is truly appreciative of the support he has received.
It's amazing. The support from GASA, family, friends, everybody has been surreal. I was never expecting to get so much support. Just from the Grenadian public, the love for swimming and the sport, especially the swimmers, is there. It's really there. Grenadian people, by far, probably the most supportive people in the Caribbean.
President of the Grenada Amateur Swimming Association, Neil Francis, and his Vice President, Gail Purcell, both expressed their elation on the swimmers' performance. Purcell, addressing the outstanding issue of an aquatic facility, says they are at the stage where they have put bids for tender. However, financial constraints remain the major roadblock.
Being said, while we have gotten some support from FINA towards the establishment of the facility, it's nowhere near the full amount that we require. It's something that is going to require a partnership with GASA, with government, and with the private sector to make that dream a reality.
She explains the significance of such a facility.
It's extremely important. Our facility right now at Good Hope is a 25-yard pool, and it's actually a little less than 25 yards. And the pool that they primarily compete in is a 50-yard, a long course pool, a 50-meter pool. So even in terms of training and preparation of your body and in terms of strategizing your races, you can imagine that they are accustomed to training and turning at 25 yards, whereas they have to go double that distance before they make their first turn, depending on a race.
Trellona says it is still too early to tell whether he will seek to compete in the next Olympic Games. However, he remains open to such a future. I am Gerard Joseph for GBN News.
Sports Minister Yolande Bain-Horsford also joined the celebratory mood on GBN's breakfast show this morning. She was overjoyed with Team Grenada's showing and now joins us live. Welcome, Mrs. Yolande Bain-Horsford. Congratulations are in order, and thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much, Ian. I'm happy to be here this evening. I'm happy to be here.
Now that the adrenaline has somewhat calmed after our athletes' performances in Tokyo Olympics, what can you say about the way Grenada's athletes have represented the Spice Isle on such a global stage?
Well, I am very elated. I must say that our Grenadian Olympians has done a great job. They have shown their colors. They have really performed remarkably. And we are commending them highly. They ought to be commended for that level of performance that they have given us over the past few days. The outstanding performance of Lyndon Victor. He has moved up to the 7th position, you know that. Kirani James, he has done remarkably well in placing 3rd in the 400 meters for men. And I want to place on record, and I want persons in Grenada and throughout the world, those of you who do not know, Kiwani James is the only Olympian who has participated in the men's 400 race and have received a gold, silver, and bronze medal. And, you know, that again, I mean, and he has done it consecutively. So that's a great achievement for Grenada. It's a great achievement for the young man. And we continue to support him and keep him very high up in our spirits as, you know, he continue on his journey. To add to that, all our Olympians have done well, all have done. If you heard earlier on during the before the games, you would have heard that the commentators, they were talking about Grenada, that small island who has done such great, you know, produced such great athletes and continue to produce such great athletes. So, you know, Grenada is doing well. Grenada is high up on the agenda, and we are very proud as a small island state to be represented at such high level, and we want to congratulate them. I mean, in these COVID times, I know how tough it is and how challenging it is for them, and we want to congratulate them and keep them there high on the agenda.
Paris 2024 is next in terms of Olympic Games. What does the ministry have in place to identify future athletes, to ensure they get the proper training, and to possibly have Grenada's first relay team going into the next Olympic competition?
Well, that's a good question. And really, this morning, we were discussing it. Both PSs were at a meeting this morning with me, and we were discussing this same question that you have raised here this evening. Well, once the COVID pandemic gets reasonably under control, and not only that, we're using that as a start-off, we will reinstate our local athletic events. That would help. Then we would identify some of of our standing talented young people, some of which we have already identified. This morning we are calling on some names that we think should be we should start pushing forward, and we put them on a program and prepare them. We would also reach out to the private sector for support. We discussed all that this morning for additional financial support so that we can have them organized properly and prepare them for the games, upcoming games, and especially for the Olympics in France. This morning was a very exciting morning for the ministry. But we are planning, we are doing some extensive planning. As a matter of fact, we met right after we met to discuss the way forward for these athletes. Not just now, but we have been doing that over the weeks. But in particular today, we have fine-tuned a couple ideas and some information that we would present to Cabinet in the near future.
Okay, that's great news. Thank you once more for joining us. It was a pleasure to have you.
Yeah, thank you, dear. All the best. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks.
That was our Sports Minister, Mrs. Yolande Bain Horsford. Still ahead, health officials say they have discovered another COVID-19 case on the island. This is news at 7.
With a Digicel Prime Bundle, get double the dedicated SportsMax data to enjoy the greatest sports event happening now. Live in the SportsMax app. Get a 30-day Digicel Prime Bundle today in the My Digicel app. Digicel, better together.
Introducing Color by Sissons. 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 Color by Sissons.
What does it take to be an amazing woman? Lots of me time. Amazing women are classy, fancy, and a little sassy. It's the drink for me. Cheers! Sometimes you've got to show them who's boss. Alpha male? Nah, alpha females are more amazing. Cheers to securing the bag. We make time for ourselves, for work, friends, and we certainly make time for passion. We're simply amazing. Amazing cream liqueur for the amazing woman in you.
Welcome to Nurses Care, a new home healthcare company on island, changing the way you receive healthcare. From registered nurses and aides to medical doctors and qualified physicians, we offer a wide range of healthcare services, from monitoring chronic conditions and medications to elderly care, pediatric care, and maternity nurses, to even housekeeping and case management. We offer 24/7 in-house healthcare services. So contact us today for your in-house consultation at 439-3928. It's new, innovative and classy, and a cut above the rest. Your one-stop shop for bathtubs, kitchenette, customized doors and windows, and even a new paint job. We also sell quartz and solid surface countertops. At M&N Hardware, we offer best prices, excellent service, efficiency, and reliability. Visit us at Dusty Highway, Grandin, St. George, or call telephone number 440-6757. M&N Hardware, from foundation to roof. Let's build together.
Welcome back. Health officials say they have discovered another COVID-19 case on the island. Chief Medical Officer Dr. Sean Charles made the announcement in a statement issued just before 11 o'clock last night. According to him, the case was detected following PCR tests, which were administered to a young woman who spent a few days on the island.
Having been released from quarantine on July 27, based on the results of that test, the individual proceeded to visit a total of 10 locations between July 28th and August 3rd. Upon detection of the positive result following testing on August 3rd, the Ministry of Health verified the test result with a second test at another laboratory and immediately embarked on the requisite contact tracing effort.
Charles also stated that one individual has already been isolated and tested.
So far, only one contact has been isolated and tested, the results of which is not yet known. Case number 170 has reported experiencing congestion. Her identified contact, a family member, is also experiencing mild congestion. In light of this latest development, the Ministry of Health is encouraging the population to exercise extreme caution and to continue observing the recommended protocols.
4 persons were arrested and charged on Wednesday by officers attached to the CID Satez police station for robbery with violence and housebreaking. These individuals were allegedly involved in a robbery at a dwelling house at Montrose, St. Patrick on July 29th. Lyndon Lambert Thomas and a juvenile were charged for robbery with violence. Lambert and Thomas were also charged for housebreaking and stealing. 3 of the accused, with the exception of Lyndon Lambert, were brought before the Satez Magistrates Court today, Thursday. Joseph was granted bail in the amount of $10,000 with 1 surety, while Thomas and the juvenile were remanded to Her Majesty's Prison and Bacalet Rehabilitation Center, respectively. They are scheduled to reappear in court on August 25th. Lyndon Lambert remains in police custody as additional charges may be laid against him. Health practitioners in Grenada have noted with concern the large number of patients suffering with non-communicable diseases, especially diabetes. GBN's Krista Campbell puts this under the microscope in tonight's GBN Health segment.
When you need your prescription filled or you require non-prescribed medication, supplements, or all your personal needs, visit Gittins Healthcare at locations on Wall Street, Grandans, Victoria Street, Granville, and Central Deputy Street, Guelph. Gittins Healthcare aims to provide an exceptional personalized pharmacy experience. Additionally, children under 5 and adults 55 years and over will enjoy 10% discount on purchases of $20 and over on prescription medication. Stop settling for less. Visit Gittins Healthcare, where your health is our priority.
Global statistics as revealed by the World Health Organization indicated that diabetes was the direct cause of 1.5 million deaths in 2019. Diabetes, a chronic non-communicable disease, is characterized by elevated levels of blood glucose or blood sugar, which leads over time to acute damage to the heart, blood vessels, eyes, kidneys, and nerves. Dr. Devron Joseph provided a comprehensive overview of this on GBN's Doctor On Call program.
The body has a couple of mechanisms, but the main mechanism is through a hormone that we produce called insulin that takes the blood sugar, the glucose from the bloodstream into our cells where it's needed for, just for energy and sustenance. So essentially, diabetes is elevated or persistent high blood sugars due to a lack of insulin or insulin resistance in the body.
Dr. Joseph further highlighted the common symptoms of diabetes, which could help people identify whether they may have a predisposition to the ailment. They include excessive urination, increased hunger, significant unintentional weight loss, and blurred vision. Christopher Brathwaite was a paramedic for 7 years when he walked into the ER at Baptist Hospital of Miami as a patient himself, suspecting he had high blood sugar. But even seasoned hospital personnel were startled when his labs came back and his glucose reading was at 705.
Was a day that I woke up, it was a Saturday, and I just felt really, really tired that day. I came to the conclusion that, I need to go get it checked. We went to Baptist Main, and they drew labs on me. My sugar was 705. And the doctor said to me, she says, "You are a walking dead, man." She said, "Your sugar was probably in the thousands early in the day."
Diabetes can be treated and its consequences avoided or delayed with diet, physical activity, medication, and regular screening and treatment for complications.
Weight loss, diet, all right, and exercise. Just becoming active is your main goals.
Meanwhile, the National Institute of Diabetes and Digestive and Kidney Diseases supports basic clinical and translational research to combat diabetes. The institution's researchers are conducting clinical trials testing new prevention and treatment strategies for the disease and its complications. Krista Campbell, GBN News.
It's time for the nightly ISAW segment. One of our citizen journalists has concerns about a nagging problem which she asked us to share. Let's take a look.
A good eye catches all. GBN ISAW is brought to you by Clear Vision.
Life is beautiful if only you can see it. Clear Vision Eye Center helps you do just that. We provide expert service, classy eyewear, and cutting-edge technology, all with a quality customer experience. See better, feel better, and look better. Meet us today at clearvisiongrenada.com or call 444-0055, WhatsApp 409-0055, or follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Clear Vision Eye Center. Let's see life and the world with a clear vision.
Tonight's GBN ISAW submission features the never-ending issue of improper garbage disposal. Our ISAW reporter says a sign was erected by the Ministry of Health in the Grandins Housing Scheme area to deter the practice. She said additionally 3 days are designated for collection of garbage in the area on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. However, our ISAW reporter said to her dismay, as soon after the garbage truck leaves, persons dump garbage in the said area, leaving it for stray animals and rodents to scatter. Send us your photo and video submissions via WhatsApp on 405-3052 or our other social media platforms.
Stay with us. The weather and the sports are up next.
We support you at every stage of your life.
For business,
for your education,
for your financial freedom,
for that new ride.
Upgrade your life with the Communal. Contact us today.
Are you looking for quality herbs and herbal supplements, or are you thinking about having a complete body cleanse to jumpstart your health? Then no need to look further. Visit Nirvana Natural Health Clinic, Detox Center, and Natural Health Store. We carry a wide range of herbal products for kidney and gallstone cleansing, male sexual enhancement formulas, asthma and sinusitis, gas and bloating, acid reflux, constipation, arthritis, imbalanced hormones, female health issues, liver cleansing, weight loss, and so much more. Also available, colonic irrigation, holistic health consultations, essential oils, and diffusers. Look out for our online natural health store coming soon. Call 231-6642 418-7115 or 449-7753 to find out about our delivery options or to book an appointment. Visit us at Belmont St. George's, close to the Foliage, Monday to Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Nirvana Natural Health Clinic. Detox your way to health.
keeping an eye on the weather, this is GBN. We've got you covered.
Tonight's minimum degrees Celsius. The weather generally fair with light isolated showers during partly cloudy spells. Winds easterly to east southeasterly at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Seas slight to moderate with waves 2 to 4 feet in open waters. Tides will be low at 6:55 p.m. and high at 1:05 a.m. On Friday, the weather is expected to be generally fair with some light isolated showers during partly cloudy spells. On Saturday, partly cloudy with some light to moderate isolated nighttime showers. On Sunday, partly cloudy with some light to moderate daytime showers, becoming mostly cloudy overnight with light to moderate widely showers to a low chance of thunder.
Good evening, sporting fans. Grenada's participation in the Tokyo Olympic Games has ended. However, it has concluded some major achievements. Grenada's lone medal came in the 400 meters through the efforts of Kirani James, who continues to battle Graves' disease. Kirani's event was followed by the final event in the decathlon as Lyndon Victor finished 7th overall with 8,414 points, which is a season's best performance and the best by any Grenadian athlete. The Laborie Basketball Championship continued on Wednesday at the Laborie Indoor Sporting Complex. In the lone matchup, Gladiators defeated Game Time with 78 points to 61 points. Leading for the Gladiators were Simon Bell with 14 points, 10 rebounds, 1 blocked shot and 1 assist, as well as Akinde Redhead with 14 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists and 1 steal. For Game Time, Travis Ranger led with 24 points, 11 rebounds, 4 blocked shots, 4 assists and 3 steals, while Nazim Hippolyte chipped in with 12 points, 3 rebounds, 1 blocked shot, 2 assists and 1 steal. Meanwhile, the GCIC Inter-Sector Bowling Tournament continued with matches played on Wednesday at Lavalines. MBIA SCB with 726 points defeated FCIB Strike Force, who scored 521 points, while in Game 2, Creative Strikers on 665 points lost to Grenlec Bowlers, who amassed 682 points. MBIA SCA scored 754 points to triumph over FCIB Lucky Strike on 567 points in Game 3, while Coca-Cola Strikers narrowly lost after scoring 635 points to Grenlec Sports Club on 641 points. That's it for sports. Our One Caribbean Hookup is up next. This is your One Caribbean Hookup. Guyana's minibus union is contemplating rigid action after the new COVID-19 regulation states that they must be fully vaccinated before operating. However, the health minister reminded them that if they get COVID-19 and die, you can't enjoy human rights. Here's more from Travis Chase.
The United Minibus Union is not in support of mandatory vaccination for minibus operators. That's according to President of the United Minibus Union, Ian Andrews, who spoke with reporters Wednesday morning.
I do not agree with that. You know, our Constitution clearly states that one should have a choice on whether one wants to be vaccinated or not.
According to the updated measures, which were gazetted on Thursday, July 29th, and cover the month of August 2021, in order to transport members of the public, every operator and conductor of any public transportation service shall be vaccinated and always have an identification document and their vaccination card in possession.
So I don't know what they plan to do, but I will never support that. And I will fight against it in any way possible. They are not consulting with persons. There's no consultation. All you know is that Friday something appeared in the paper, say it's in the official gazette, and it will be started by Monday and threatening. All we hear is threats and threats all the time.
Andrews, who had been advocating for minibuses to be allowed to carry only 65% of its capacity to allow for social distancing and help stop the spread of COVID-19, says that this new measure by the government will be met with resistance.
Certain actions we are prepared to take that I don't want to say openly, but we are going to look to see where things are going, and we are going to make some very decisive actions to protect our membership.
For the United Minibus Union, they feel that their human rights are being violated. Nightly News questioned the Minister of Health on Wednesday on whether government feels they are trampling upon the rights of public transportation owners and the public at large.
I hear a lot of people talking about human rights too, right? But you imagine if you get COVID and you die, how much human rights would you enjoy then?
According to the new gazetted regulation, all cab drivers and conductors of public transportation, including water taxis, must be vaccinated. Failure to comply with these measures will be treated as an offense, and those contravening the regulations could face charges. Travis Chase, HGP Nightly News.
Internationally, the global surge in cases, driven partly by the Delta variant, is highlighting the gap in vaccination rates between wealthy countries and the developing world. The World Health Organization is calling for a moratorium on COVID-19 vaccine boosters until at least the end of September to enable 10% of the population of every country in the world to be vaccinated. We get details in this report.
WHO is calling for a moratorium on boosters until at least the end of September to enable at least 10% of the population of every country to be vaccinated.
The World Health Organization on Wednesday called for a pause in booster shots to the already fully vaccinated to focus on countries where supply is low, as the more infectious Delta variant threatens areas with low vaccination rates and strains healthcare systems. WHO Director General Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus on Wednesday called for an urgent reversal of vaccine distribution to meet the needs of poorer countries.
I understand the concern of all governments to protect their people from the Delta variant. But we cannot and we should not accept countries that have already used most of the global supply of vaccines, using even more of it.
According to the WHO, low-income countries have only been able to administer 1.5 doses for every 100 people due to lack of supply, a number far lower than in high-income countries.
It's a false choice.
But White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki pushed back Wednesday, saying the U.S. is prepared to provide some Americans with booster shots if approved by regulators, and can continue to donate vaccines.
We announced just yesterday that we hit an important milestone of over 110 million vaccines donated to the world. So we've taken action on the global level, far more than any country around the world. We're asking the global community to also step up.
The United States in July signed a deal with Pfizer and BioNTech to buy 200 million additional doses of their COVID vaccine to help with pediatric vaccination as well as possible booster shots. With the fast-spreading Delta variant, some countries, like Israel, have already begun to administer booster shots to people over the age of 60, while others, like the U.S., are still debating whether they are, at this point, necessary.
That's it for your One Caribbean Hookup. I'm Trellona Charles. Thank you for joining us. And now to recap tonight's headlines. A morning on Olympic tracks in Japan leads to merriment on the island of Grenada. Kirani James singles out his mother and the people of Guam for accolades as he reflects on victory at Tokyo Olympics. Grenada's Lyndon Victor continues to break barriers as he perseveres through one of the Olympics' most grueling events. Prime Minister hails Grenadian athletes as true national ambassadors standing tall on the global stage. Guam erupts into gleeful celebration as their homeboy brings another medal to Kirani City. In our One Caribbean Hookup, the World Health Organization is calling for a halt on COVID-19 vaccine boosters to enable 10% of the population of every country in the world to be vaccinated. And in sports, 5 Grenadian athletes represent proudly at the Tokyo Olympic Games. If you missed any part of this newscast, a repeat of it will be broadcast at 10 o'clock tonight. Continue to follow us online at www.gbn.gd or on GBN Television Facebook page and YouTube channel for these and other top stories. I'm Trellona Charles. That's the news. We'll see you again. Good night.